wait for it. Wait for it. No. So movies that end with a scenario that says "to be continued."
Oh my god.
I've been like sort of like.
So we're back on this.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like I've been like digging.
No, I've never been off of it.
I know. I'm sorry, but I've been like digging through Netflix and watching some random films from like the mid to late '90s, and a couple of them have come up with like some very like hintish endings. You know, like the credits start rolling and then it cuts back and the main player turns and sees somebody and like the music is like and then like the credits keep rolling and that's the end of the movie. You're like, oh, clearly like you're hinting that if you made enough money you'd do this again. But the whole concept of like a movie ending that says "to be continued." My thoughts are, well, dude, that's like
that was the first example we gave.
Yeah. Well, that's the first thing I think of. Well, my question for you this week, because yes, I'm still dwelling on this kind of 100%. I'm festering. Is do you think that that's like a great motivation at the end of a movie, or do you feel that that's like hacky? Like, what are your thoughts?
So it's funny because I watched some Mike Tyson mysteries today, and that show, if people have not watched it, watch that show for just insanity purposes. Just it's so fucking funny, and just be ready for like entire amounts of lunacy in like 10 minutes just jammed at you. And they did a "to be continued" on one of the episodes that I watched today. And then Mike Tyson and like his friend were sitting on a couch, and the friend actually called him out on it. And all I could think of is, oh man, what would Tom think? And then you fucking bring this stuff up. So that's all I can think of right now.
So wait. I have to say this. Like, I want to get this out there. I actually think that the concept of a "to be continued" is awesome. I just think that like in like the late '80s. Like mid to late '80s, it was overused, right? Like it was overused, and like as a person who read comic books, I thought that it was overused, right? Like the comic book ends, and of course it's going to be fucking "to be continued," but it was weird.
Oh, is that the last Batman story that's ever going to be written? I bet.
There's no more Batmans ever right now. Right, but at the same rate, like in a movie setting where like there is that concept that like maybe if a movie sits like on its own haunches and there will be nothing else, like who knows? And so like there's a part of me that thinks that like really leading the audience with that is kind of like a dick move, right? Like especially if you like there's a part of me that goes like if Tom Clancy was ever told write a movie, I would write a movie and put "to be continued" on it, and then never write the next movie just to fuck with people, just to be like, fuck you. No, you never get to know what happens next. But
you mean like Spaceballs?
Exactly. Right?
See,
but again, like
I was gonna go with History of the World.
I mean that's a great point. Is that like at the end of a movie, like you as players, as audiences, etc. Like, what do you think? Like, do you like how? What's your gut reaction to seeing "to be continued"? Is it like that's cool,
generally hacky? Like it's something where it's like, you know, with most of those things, like it's like, yeah, whatever. Like unless it's like it's very small the times that it's like, oh, cool. It's more like, oh, okay. Unless it's, you know, Lord of the Rings was the other one that came up where it was just like kind of that sort of thing. And it's like, you know, but it's all one story and it's like, okay, so that's a different thing. But it's, I generally don't like it.
So it's funny, I was talking to my wife about this, because sometimes I run like these like vamp sessions before my wife, and she's like, shut up, but it is what it is. But I was talking about that, and so one of like she was saying something about like audiences have like, you know, modern audiences have different conceptual expectations from a movie or a presentation. And I was like, yeah, I get that. And I was like, you know what? I need to share with you two of my favorite or not favorite or like literally worst experiences of conversations leaving movie theaters. And one of them, Kevin, great segue, was at the end of the first Lord of the Rings movie. So if anybody read the fucking movie like posters, it's like there was enough of a clue to say this was the first part in a trilogy. In fact, I'm pretty sure some of the movie posters even said the first of three.
Gee, I don't know. There was $3.
Wait, no.
And there were 3 Hobbit books.
Yeah, everybody. There was only one Hobbit book, but
There was
anyway.
only one Hobbit.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
no.
I remember seeing 3 Hobbit books in theaters.
Anyways,
No, it was 3 Hobbit.
Oh my god! Fuck. Move on from the joke.
everyone. So, well, like I went and saw the movie with a couple friends. We're walking out, and it was a whole like sort of like D&D friends, and we're like, oh my god! And as we're walking out, there's these 2 young, I literally could put any typecast on this, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how it played. There were 2 young Hispanic women in front of me walking out, and the first one turned to the second one and just said, I hope they're making another movie because that was some bullshit of an ending. And I remember going, I should speak up right now and say, no, it's part of a trilogy and there's books. And then the other one turned back and was like, I don't like short people, fuck them. At which point I said, I'm not gonna have a conversation with these people. I'm just not. I'm just gonna pull that back inside. That's what I'm gonna do right now.
They don't like me.
That is an excellent response to that. I hope there's another Lord of the Rings movie, because that was a shitty ending. If so, I don't give a shit about short people. Okay.
It was so fucked up. Like I felt like somebody, like like if it like in the world that we live in now, like I just felt like somebody watching a video that would then commentate on it, and instead it was just real life right in front of me, and I was like, I'm not sharing anything with these assholes at all. I'm all set. And so that was one. And then the second thing that I want to share with you was a couple of years later. Actually, no, I think it may have even predated it, but it's another really fun example of why the concept of a to be continued, I don't even understand if audiences appreciate it anymore, is I had come out of a Resident Evil movie. I think it was like Resident Evil 3, okay? And we all know what we're walking into.
Which tells us so much more about Tom than I think he intended to let on.
Hold on. I think that what we should probably say is let's go back and look at what was available in the movie theater when Resident Evil 3 was out, because that was probably the best movie that was out at the time. But anyways,
that still doesn't justify going.
I mean, yeah, that's where I was going, but sure. Continue.
First of all, you guys are probably right. Second of all, fuck you. Anyways, so
Resident Evil 3 is my favorite one of all of them.
This is my favorite movie. 3 is the best. But anyways, so I'm walking out of the movie theater, and I'm with my buddy Chris, and we're kind of like just like, why spend money to watch this kind of thing? And there's 2 people in front of us, and there's 2 dudes, and the first guy turns to the left, and he's like, that wasn't like most zombie movies. That shit just made sense. And I started to have some immediate questions. Started to have some fucking very immediate questions, like, what do you do for work? What is your interaction with zombies that made this make sense? And then third, I should never talk to you because you don't have good answers to those questions. And so I still don't know to this day, but I love that story because it just made me go, oh shit, what if this is some fucking weirdo from the CDC that knows about zombies? And then I looked at them and was like, these are not some weirdos from the CDC. What? Kind of thing. So
I think I've seen 2 movies with TJ, and I hate them both.
That is a very true statement.
Like,
We saw the worst
horrifically.
Yeah, this might be good. Nope, horrible.
It's like, oh,
Put it
we
in
both
trash.
like this thing, and they're making a movie about it. Let's watch it, and then we can share in how much we didn't realize we were going to fucking hate these things together.
Yeah, like how Goku got bullied in high school.
Yeah, well, you know,
That
and then
movie was terrible.
he was able to realize his powers because Chi-Chi was around. So, you know, the power of boners saves us again. Fuck. Yeah. So, and then before I start on the second one, we should start playing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Otherwise,
fair enough.
it wouldn't end.
yeah. You guys free until 3 a.m.?
I've got some stuff to say.
Okay, so I mean, as we all know, the green milk thing was stupid, but here are my bigger issues with it.
All right. So everybody's here. Or I should say, everybody who's going to be here before like 11:30 or not at all is here. So I have a couple things that I want to just touch base on real fast, and that is as we open tonight. And there's like a shit show going on with everything that we talked about last week. Roger kind of steps up and pulls like a Dumbledore. Like he points to his finger and his voice starts to boom out like Dumbledore's did at the Quidditch World Cup. And he's like, "Everyone settle down. The problem has been dealt with, and we shall continue to have the vote." And some people, you guys that are there, that are witnessing this, that are kind of like in the midst of this, and anyone who can see on the map, because I found out some people can and can't see.
Yeah, so I've reset a couple of times. I still get nothing but a black screen.
All right. So anyone who can see, Loki, I've kind of set you back by a table. You're kind of observing. Novakri, the same thing. If you're somewhere else and you can see, it doesn't matter. This is very sort of like theater of the mind tonight. But I was trying to give you like a template that you could see. Ziada and Shandar are by the one person that was captured of the people that came in screaming about like Oral's way and that the 10 Towns must die. And if you remember, he had sort of spilt his guts, or at least said some things about being hired, maybe not by Oral, but by someone called the Black Bishop, and that was all he really had. And then the other person that had been captured that was kind of like fighting against the Fetters or whatever, you guys had realized a dart had been shot and placed into his neck, and that guy was now deceased. And you were like,
So that just means we have to go find Django Fett now. This sucks.
well, as
Right.
you look at this, you see somebody just blast. No. So as that happens, and as Roger calls for peace, and some of the crowd kind of like settles down, from somewhere in the crowd, you hear this like old woman's voice that goes, "Shanda! It's him that kept us safe from Earl's bastards! Shanda! Shanda! Shanda!" And like people start to like join in this chant. At first it's sort of subtle, and then it starts to grow again, and then it almost like it's almost like all encompassing, and Roger has to like pull his Dumbledore in and be like, "Please settle down so that we may make a count and continue to collect votes." And then like in the background you just Chanda. Olivessa is, I'm sorry, I had to look at it. I had to find to look at. Olivessa is kind of like, she's just very like sort of sheepish at this point. She's sort of like, I don't do, like, I mean, this is crazy. I describe anything else. I want to go to the party and say, what does everybody want to be doing right now?
Well, I still think the whole Shandar attack thing is just a bunch of bullshit.
Completely agree with Nova Cree.
I like to think that you guys are in a corner like smoking pipes and just being some bull there, not doing anything, talking to each other.
Well, I think we've also got, and I'm speaking for Hrothgar, but I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. He can correct me. I think we're also on the same page, but just we're being more active with it. And since the situation kind of resolved itself, we're kind of okay with those guys keeping an eye out, hopefully seeing something that we aren't. Kind of, because I think we all got the same feeling. Once the door busted open and then Shandar actually did something, I went, okay, something's bullshit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I mean, just this fucking guy.
Just unfortunately,
All of a sudden, Shandar's a fucking superhero, jumping up, doing something. Okay, Shandar.
I just don't know what would be.
Stop your Shandar.
In addition to the actual foul play that took place within the bar, after everything was settled with the dart, there's evidence of something, but no proof.
And again, it was one of those things where like Hrothgar was like, "I'm by the body," and then Hrothgar did something, and everybody else was doing something, and that's why I was like, "You guys didn't see whatever happened went down," but it went down. So, as far as Loki and Novakri, like, are you guys fine with sort of position back in the room, kind of observing, or is there anything else that you want to be doing?
See, that's the thing. We may be heroes, but we're still kind of still outsiders. So I don't know if Shandar rigging the whole thing is objectionable or if it's just kind of par for the course.
I mean, it's a good question. Who knows?
It's strange that it happened after the vote, because the vote is still like there.
Well,
Unless if he goes for
process. The vote is in process at the moment.
Yeah, so it happened at a very opportune time to make sure that people could switch their minds and their opinions.
Why did this stop?
And then take care of stuff with their emotion. Yeah.
So they're counting it, but like if he comes back in here and then they ask for a recount before anything happens, it's a little sus right there.
Well, so I want to make sure that I have this fully explained. So people were casting their votes when the group burst through the door and screamed out like Oral's wrath demands 10 times death, and then all the shit went down. So people were still casting their votes and had not completed.
Oh, I don't remember it being that way.
If I described it otherwise, that's how that was going.
All right, now it's even more suspect because it's happened right in the middle of the vote. So
yeah, that's what I thought it was. Like it was during it happening, not even just like after. So
I thought we took a break and then he said we're going to get back together, and then they reunified the town to announce it. But I could be wrong.
I think
there was going to be like an hour, but I don't know.
Sorry, Kevin.
No, that's fine. Because I was just saying, it's like I know what you're talking about, TJ, where it's like there was going to be an hour. I don't know if we had gotten to that point. I know we had voted and that people had paid attention to it and stuff, but yeah, I don't remember exactly where that ended up, because I know what you're talking about though.
You guys cast your votes and everyone was like, ooh, about it. And people were like, who did you vote for? But we hadn't actually gotten to the point where the mead keepers were collecting and counting votes yet before the doors kind of bust open. You guys had voted, but that was it.
All right. Good to be on the same page. Got it.
So yeah, so anyone who can see the map, I've put like Novakri and Loki kind of away from the front door of the meadery, which is over here. If you can't see, don't worry, just theater of the mind it. There are some, 50, 60 feet back at a table kind of thing. Is there anything that you guys want to be doing, looking for, etc. in the moment?
Yeah. We have a dead body, and then we have someone who was killed by a dart, right? So we have two dead people?
No, one should be alive. And
one
then
should be alive?
one person that's alive, and that's the person that's over by Shandar and Ziada at this point, who spilled the beans and said that they were hired by the Black Bishop. And then
died.
And then you have one person that's over by Hrothgar is dead with a dart in the neck.
Oh, so the one who told is alive. Okay. Interesting. And then he didn't know any more about that person, right? So.
I think he said that he is a prominent figure in another town. He wears like a black mask on a regular basis to not be known, and has sort of like.
It was a different town, right?
It was a different town, yes.
Zentarium.
And yes, and there was mention of the Zentarium.
All right.
And the other town was Targos.
Which is you know what? I was gonna make you roll before I said it, but exactly right. So the Black Bishop is apparently a figure that is in Targos, that is part of the Zentarium, which is known as the Black Network. And the Black Network is this group that seeks to own basically everything and control everything. That's the simplest way to put it. Like if Bitcoins were a thing in the Forgotten Realms, they would own Bitcoin farms bigger and better than anyone else would, kind of thing. But with that said, Ziada and Loki, is there anything else you would be doing in this moment?
I think we'll just check the bodies, see if they have any agreement on there or anything like that. I doubt
I was gonna
it.
check their bodies to see what they had. Period.
Yeah, you're welcome to items they have, but I'm just looking for
Loki,
any sign that they made a deal.
Yeah, Loki, are you gonna go up and do like an inspection of the body as well, or are you gonna stay back? Right now, I have you back, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll go over here. So I mean, I can try to investigate after.
Or
something.
What I'll do is I'm just gonna move you on that I have in front of me, works or not. And then Navakri, were you gonna move at all, or are you gonna stay?
Sorry, I'm trying to think here. I don't think I have really a reason that I need to be up.
No, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that if you wanted to like go and interact, you had the opportunity to do it before we moved on. That's all.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why I would be moving. Just kind of sitting there enjoying the view.
All right, do me a favor, and because every player loves it when the DM says, "Do me a favor." Give me a perception check, Novakri.
Oh.
Wow. So I was going to be elusive about this, but with that kind of roll, I'm not going to say it. You feel, what's the best way to describe this? Have you ever blown on a comb with wax paper on it to make a sound? That humming sound. Sound.
Yep.
Okay. You know how that sensation doesn't just hit your lips, but it sinks in your teeth?
Yeah.
That's what you feel to your core, and you know distinctly that sensation, as you're sort of perceiving your surroundings, is coming from the metal that you just got from Gug's basket that you brought back.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do, or is that enough of a F?
Well, I'm obviously going to try to look around, see if there's a connection of some sort. But I'm going to pick up the.
You know what? With what you rolled, you feel that the connection that you have to that is what gave you the dreams that you had in the night before.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pick up a ingot of it and just kind of examine it.
All right, so you take a look at it, like you kind of hold it up to you, and as you pick it up, you feel like in your hands there's a weird quivering. Not that the metal itself is like like moving in your hands, but like you feel in your hands this weird quivering, almost like its essence is moving. And as you study it and look at it, you immediately recognize that it is not of Toril. It is not of the world that you are. It is part. It is from somewhere very, very far away.
Hmm. Okay, I need to process that. So go ahead, everybody else.
All right. And if you want to try like tests or whatever, let me know, and I'll let you know what happens. Don't try anything. But okay, so that's Novakri. Loki, you've kind of run over. Going to check out the body, do an investigation. Can you? I would like you to roll me 2 checks. I'd like you to roll me a medicine check and an investigation check. All right. So this person clearly is dead from like whatever wounds he sustained, and then this thing to the neck. But the investigation shows that he had a wooden shield in one hand. He had like a short sword in the other, and he had a small coin purse that had 2 black opals in it.
All right. Did Hothgar? Did you already get that? I just want to be clear because I know I'm checking it after him.
No, I actually you said you were checking it before me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the opal. Sure. You said 2 black opal.
2 black opals, yes. You and Hrothgar, you did not find those when you did your search.
I didn't do my search yet.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I thought. Well, you were working with that body, so that's why you didn't see that. But okay.
Yeah, but that's why you haven't found him, because he got him. Just
Oh,
in
Oh
the
my
future.
god, dude! Holy crap! You said black opal.
so they're not perfect. They're not perfect, but yes.
I don't know how to differentiate it and
I'll
beyond.
tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
You're gonna crush me with the value. You're gonna make me cry, no matter what.
I am going to make you cry compared to what Google search is going to do. But
No, I'm not. I didn't Google search. I just like, oh, it's on Beyond. That's awesome. Then I clicked on it to see the amount, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. So,
yeah, don't worry.
I'm bracing for it. Please let me know the value.
It's $1. No, it's not. But
Okay, but you actually have to pay TJ that, though.
For all this hurt, this is a lot.
Thompson's throwing money down on this game.
I will say this before we go back to Hrothgar. First point is this: the next time everybody in the real world can meet up and hang out, I will make sure I will bring you at least 1 beer of your choosing, so to make up for this. But it's not a full thing of the Black Opal. So okay.
Okay, so what is the price of each?
I'm not going to tell you that yet because you're kind of investigating that. I want to go find out what you're doing, and then I'll come to you.
I just want to be relieved of this feeling.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm so rich right now. I just need to know that I'm not. Like, I just got the lottery.
I'm going to make you wait.
You just gave me $2,000 in gold.
But I didn't. But,
that's what I'm saying. I need to know what the real price is, because right now I'm like, it's $2,000.
So, Hrothgar, what's
God
going
damn
on?
it.
You do.
I'm gonna kill TJ and take the opals.
So that I can be disappointed.
He killed me over $5. Jesus. We
Worst
all
things
thought
that
it was
happen.
$2,000.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I do have the dart though. That I took last week.
You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Are you doing anything else with the body or what's going on?
No, I was just gonna rifle through his pockets and look for loose change, but somebody beat me to it.
All right, TJ, I want you to roll me 2 D4s.
Three and a 2.
All right. So you find two black opals, I should say. One that is worth 150 gold pieces, and another that is worth 200 gold pieces.
Okay.
So a total of 350. And you can't help but think to yourself, why is some low-level thug walking around with this kind of thing?
That was payment from the Zentarum. The Black Bishop, the Black Network, Black Opals. Woo, not a stretch.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, and then Ziada, before I kind of go back to the crowd resurfacing and everything, is there anything that you want to do next to the dude that spilled the beans about Black Bishop?
So I'm gonna have him, and I'm gonna be basically, maybe I'll throw out an intimidation check based on what happened and see if I can get any more information out of him. It's like, look what's already happened. It's like your life means nothing to them, and without information, it means nothing to me.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go and grab my dice. Roll it.
I don't know if that's gonna get you anything. He kind of seemed like he was a little stupid.
No, he was pretty petrified before, but you know what? Who knows? We'll see what happens. Roll your dice and tell me what you get.
Jesus Christ, I can't fucking roll anything.
I feel
So
like
7.
you're like, tell me what you know, and then you punch yourself in the throat, and you're like, and he's like, I think I did. I think I told you already. Well, would have been, so I did roll, and I will tell you this, Kevin, that if this character had anything else to share, and I had rolled a 2 or below, whatever your modifier is, I would have shared, but I rolled really high. So I'm not being a dick, and you punch yourself in.
Okay.
All right. So as that happened, and Roger points a finger to his throat, and creates this booming sort of please, everyone, remain calm and continue to vote. We will ensure that the mead is safe. Shandar is like, get these guys out of here. They're not. And you guys see that they move up to get these guys to move them out.
Yeah, I was gonna be moving, taking this guy because I think Roger had offered, or something like that, I believe, last week, to if we needed to throw them in jail. He had offered that, so.
Okay, so
I
as
think
you start,
if we could kind of maybe take a walk, maybe have one or two of us staying back to keep an eye on things here.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that Shandar is men, a couple of dudes kind of come up to like they come up next to Hrothgar and they'll, let's get this body out of here. This son of a bitch, it needs to not be here, kind of thing. And they start to like drag him towards the door too.
Y'all gonna let that happen?
Do you want the body?
I don't
I don't
not
know. Are
want
you guys
the body.
talking across the crowd right now, or are you just doing your thing? I mean, like, it sounded like Z was going towards the prison cell to interrogate.
I mean, I have no desire for the body. We picked it clean. I have the dart.
Okay, I don't. If you guys don't actually react to that, then that's fine.
Right. So
I can't, like, I'm not there, so yeah. I'm just was making sure, but all right, cool.
all right. So I'm gonna say that Shandar's dudes basically drag the body outside to put it in the cold so it doesn't rot in the. You got you. You know what? I'm just gonna move you guys up here because for shits and giggles. And but as that happens, I'd like Loki, who was the sort of last member of this party, to give me a perception or an investigation check, whichever you want. Loki, you notice something, and that is why don't you tell why don't you tell me what you know, and then I'll tell you what you see. What do you know about this scenario right now?
These people were hired to attack the town during this time by someone in a different town that I think was definitely bribed to come here. I don't see any other motive. That's as far as I know, or I think I can prove. But as for who hired, I don't actually know. I just think it's what's his name? The guy who fought so bravely.
Shandar.
That's just that Shandar. That just kind of like surprised us all.
Well, what's crazy about that is that you see sticking out of as he walks away with Ziada a what looks like a blowgun pipe sticking out of his back pocket, and next to it an arrow with some black feathers, which looks very, very much similar to what was in the neck of the person you just came and investigated.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to yell towards Ciata to stop. And I'll go over and try to catch up and join them.
Would I hear him?
I would assume so, because I can't imagine he's going to be Ziada. He's going to be like, fucking Ziada!
All right, if it's not like too crazy in there and stuff, then yeah, it's
Well, I mean, like this, the meat hall is a shit show right now because everything that. But people
this area's open.
Right. And if someone's like Ziada over the top, then they're gonna hear you.
Okay.
You're gonna hear that.
All right, so yeah, then in that case, I will. I'll stop with my hand around the scruff of this guy's neck, walking just behind him. Yes, and I stop and turn around.
I'm guessing Shandar does too.
Shandar kind of looks over his shoulder towards you, like what? What's happening?
All right. So if he slows down, I'll yell, "I got news," and then I'll try to run up to them. And if Shandar tries to get away, if he's like keeps walking, I'd tell Siata to grab him.
So wait. So quick question:
But
what are you carrying right now, and did you do anything about?
who, me?
Yeah.
What am I carrying?
Well, are you carrying like the arrow from the guy's neck? Are you like what are you doing?
I don't think I have that. I thought someone already else collected that.
I
I
have
think
the arrow.
so too. So yeah. All right. So you come running up, but like, do you say anything like "Seattle, let him go," or like "Seattle, blah blah blah"? Or
Yeah,
like,
if I knew
or,
Hrothgar, because he's right next to me, I would tell him to follow me and then run after Ziada, just to have everyone in a group. But then I wouldn't yell at like Shandar right away unless he's continuing on to the prison or something. If he's stopping with Ziada, I'll wait until we're in a group and until he doesn't expect it, and then Hrothgar or Ziada can grab him.
okay. Well, it looks like what they're doing right now is they're leading this dude, the guy that spilled the beans about the Black Bishop, into the one of the oh fuck, what's the word? Hold on, I gotta do this.
Holding cells.
No. What? Kevin, you had me on point with this last week. I called, realized what it was. It was like what is the area that like the beehives are in? It's not an apothecary. It's not. It's
No,
an apiary?
yeah, you had
Apiary?
said it. What was it?
Apiary? Is that it?
Something like that.
Okay. So you guys see that they're leading them outside to like a cold area, that there is an apiary, right? Like there's a series of bees nests or like beehives or whatever in boxes, but it's outside the general sort of warmth that's provided by, and when I say you guys, I mean the folks that were following that guy. So Ziada, Shandar, and if anybody was following behind that, you see that they're bringing him out into this cold sort of like, I don't know, retrospection or maybe whatever. For Loki, you see that they kind of like exit the door, and the door closes behind them, like like the warm air doesn't go out, kind of. But what do you want to do? And then tell me, because I'm going to cutscene over that.
We need to detain Shandar. And let's see. I would say we have to search his person. I think I saw something. And see how he would comply. And
let's look at this. So let's do a little snap to center. I don't know. It's going to be a double move to get there, to get to the door if you're going to do that.
oh, they're over there? Okay. I thought they were stopping for us. I thought we already got over there.
No, so basically all of this down at the same time. And also, by the way, I just made you walk through a fireplace, which is not a thing. However, you could come to the other side and try to shout through a fireplace if you wanted. So
Oh, I thought they heard us to wait up.
no, unfortunately,
Wait, what?
What? We already established that.
Yeah, that was like my whole question of like, do I hear them?
Oh, I apologize. I'm sorry. Wait,
Yeah.
where were you?
That's
guys?
what I understood.
Well, so here's the thing, and again, if that's the case, that's the case. I'm fine with it. But what I was saying was like, because everything was kind of going down at the same moment. Like Loki came up and did the investigation right. Why is this not doing this?
Yeah, down at the body.
Yeah, investigation, and I thought you guys were kind of walking away at that point to get.
No, like some stuff had happened, and then like finally like things got cleared up. They took the body outside, and then I started walking, and then Loki saw something and called out, and so we only got so far. And then
Okay.
Once I
Well, I
heard
think-
him, I had stopped and turned and was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then
what I will do is I will put you and you and you. Oh, no, shit, no. Oh, I fucked it up. Hold on, right there, right there, and like basically you're on the door to walk out into the cold air that I was going to do. However, that being said, I'm going to take a quick BRB. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, why don't you put those back where you found them? Saves me the trip of having to do it.
Well,
Yeah, Bubby's in your way. You going upstairs? All right, kiddo. Oh, thank you.
So there are things I'm already thinking. I don't know. I'm curious what this room is that we're kind of in. If this is kind of just like a space that has like 2 entries, and we're going through one of them.
it looks like kind of like a landing part there. I don't even know where the exit is. I think the exit would be this way, so I could meet you guys there. Like head off, and then I would be here by the time you guys get there. You know?
Well,
So I think these are the doors to the outside. That's just like a lower.
Well, we
place,
started
like a
going
table.
this way though, and then we were
Yeah,
heading
that was weird.
that way. So I don't know.
So I guess for clarification, this area right here, like I'm just going to click on several parts of it.
Yeah.
This area right here is like a cold apiary, right? Like that's why the stone floor and like the sort of like windows that are right here that are open, so like the bees can go out. It's like a cold area. That's why they were bringing, or that's what it seemed like. That's why they were bringing the dude that was talking here, because there's no way out besides back in the way that they came in.
Okay. Cool. And then now, TJ was talking about, are these from me the front doors? Like this is like the kind of warming area, and then these are to the complete outside.
Yeah, so basically the
Doors,
gray area that's right here is like the front stoop. Anywhere that's right here is like there's like 2 double doors and 1 door, basically. So there's 2 double doors and like a 1 door on each side, and then this is like the sort of stone path leading up to the meadery.
Yeah, but definitely the 2 sets of doors.
Yeah. There's 2 sets of. There's actually there's 4 sets of doors. If you consider.
Oh yeah, no, I just mean like you have to go through this layer of doors, and then you have to go through this layer of doors.
Well, no, actually, that's not
going outside.
So I'm sorry. That's what you drew second right here is not a second layer of doors. It's sort of the front stoop. It's like the veranda beyond the door before it goes into like outside, where like know, like
but it's like, is that protected from the weather a little bit?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's what I thought. Like at restaurants and stuff.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right. Cool. Some stores. So yeah. So I stopped and waited, and then I was assuming that Loki and maybe Hrothgar, he kind of talked to him, and they were coming over.
Yep.
100%.
Right. So yeah, so you guys start to head over. Hrothgar, do me a favor and give me a perception check.
I'm sorry.
Perception check, please.
Sweetly, even though I still can't see anything. I can't even see when you do the dings. I got nothing.
Well, I mean, that's what I do. And if you
Nope.
Yeah, nothing. All right. So you guys all go back towards where they bring that guy in, and what do you guys want to do?
All right. Now that we're like all together, what, around here?
Yeah. So basically,
No, because we're bringing him up
you
north.
have this guy in cold storage in here. What do you want to do with him?
So just come up to us.
Oh, I didn't know that's where you were bringing him
Yeah,
necessarily. Okay.
because that's what Tom was saying, where it's like the only way back out of that room is to come through here.
Yeah, there's
Because
there's the door you came through. There's the door right. I'm sorry. Yeah, door right there. And then these are all like really high. That these would go out, but not you, kind of thing.
Okay. And I'm guessing Harkar is up here with us, and I would make sure he's next to Xandar, because I want him to try to hold him, because see if he'll let us search.
So basically, you come in and I want to search Xandar.
Actually, let me try to play it off like this. If I can try to deceive him, I'll be like, Xandar, I think you're hurt. I think you got an injury in battle. I think I should check it out. And if he lets me check his person that way.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll me diplomacy or whatever you think? Deception, and I'm going to roll a d20 and see what I get in response to that. So you roll, and I'll tell you what I get.
$22.
I rolled a 16, which means your deception passes. What do you want to have happen?
I go to where I saw the blow dart, and I approach with some concern, thinking the area is there, but I will snag it when I get close. And
are you trying to take it like? Are you trying to take it so he doesn't know that you do it, or are you just grabbing it? Oh, Jesus Christ!
Well, I imagine it would be easy to take it from him because he thinks I'm just inspecting him for an injury. So I feel like I already tricked him. So as soon as I'm not trying to show him that I'm going for it, but as soon as I grab it, I'm sure he's going to know he's in trouble, and I'm going to present it so that Ziada sees it and Hothkar sees it, and we're all on the same page. That
so
you
pull that out of his back pocket. You're like, Shandar, what is this thing? And Shandar's like, what are you talking about? And you're just like, look at this, look at this, look at this. And he's like, wait, what? What are you talking about? What? And he's like, I don't know where that came from. What are you talking about? That's not from. What are you talking about?
My sword goes from the guy's shoulder to Shandar's shoulder.
And Shandar's like, get that off of me, bro. Like, what are you talking right here? Why are you guys on me right now?
Do not bro me.
All right, brah.
Why is it that you killed the other one?
I didn't kill anybody. What are you talking about? Shit's been planted on me.
Oh, it doesn't sound good.
Insight, please, if I could.
Sure, roll an insight. Seems like he's
Shit.
telling the truth.
Ha!
Can I try and intimidate him?
Sure, absolutely.
All right, better. 19.
What is your total? 19? What do you do?
I'm gonna basically, intimidate him with, maybe like the guide that I have, where it's like, do not try my patience, and then I might actually start to, we haven't had a short rest, but yeah, I'm just gonna, I don't know, do something with my sword. I'm blanking at the moment, but kind of just
So
threaten him, sort of
you're
thing.
doing your best to be a very scary person. Okay. Unfortunately, I rolled a natural 20. So like he sees right through it and is just like, listen, I'm here to make sure that the people of Good Mead are taken care of. And I appreciate all of the tricks. But I want to get back in there and make sure my people are fine.
You are going nowhere.
Listen, you have a sword to my throat. I'm not going to go anywhere. But what I'm telling you is, I am not your enemy.
Oh, it cut out there.
It sounded like I am your enemy.
No,
Exactly.
I said I am
Which
not
is
your
perfect.
enemy. But that's great. That's great.
Little autocorrect there from Discord. I think we should present this to the people. I think they have a right to know we might have a case here.
Yeah. And now that we've got him there, is check and see if there's anything else on him. I guess.
He put, and so like if you say that he's, I can't believe that you're doing this, but well, fine. And he puts his hands up.
All right, I'll try to investigate, I guess. All right, that's decent.
That's a good roll. You do not find anything. I mean, like apart from like what you. There was one dart that had like black feathers on it, which matched what was found in the neck of the victim. There was one blowgun, but that's all. And he says it was not his; it was planted on him.
All right, I have one question. From where he was during the ruckus to where the guy was would it have even been possible for him to have shot?
That sounds like a. It sounds. I'm gonna say it sounds like a survival check.
Hey, I think I'm pretty good at that. Yeah. Okay, at it. Please roll good.
You feel like it's definitely something that you could have done it.
He could not have?
No, he could have. Yeah, as
he
in
could
yeah.
have?
Thumbs up.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Cool. Also,
Wait, should we? Can our? Do you think our psychic would be able to read his mind?
oh shit. She's so far away.
Who's the fastest?
I am definitely the slowest.
Unfortunately, that is not one of my racial traits
Yet.
yet.
Hrothgar, can you see?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, that comes with level 21.
Oh,
21? You don't get it at all?
To read minds, I can talk to you with my mind.
They can only voluntarily talk. I got it.
Yep.
My screen just came up. Haha. I can see.
Dope.
Gotta give control. That's okay. All right. Hrothgar, you wanna run over and
I was gonna say, shouldn't I be up here
yeah.
now that I can see?
That's fine. Yeah, I hadn't moved you.
Or maybe want to get maybe someone gets Olivessa and maybe Roger present this new information.
Are we still in the meat hall?
Well, you're kind of
we're
on
at the
like
door.
the edge of it, like going out to one of the cold storage areas.
And where is Roger and Olivessa?
Roger's back in sort of the main thoroughfare area, like over here, over this area.
Okay.
And Olivessa is kind of in the midst of the crowd back over here, which is where you guys had interacted.
Yeah. So that's
If you tell me what you want to do, I will tell you how long it's going to take.
All right, I would head out and gather Roger and Olivessa, whatever.
All right, and you're telling them, and you're telling the rest of your party to stay there while you get them, kind of thing.
Yeah, we're not gonna let him go.
All right.
So I'm thinking about like moving over here so I can.
Shandar has his hands up. It's like, I don't know why you're talking to me. Like I just saved the town.
All right. So like I said, I'm thinking about moving over to here so I can try and shout out to Olivessa and Roger and get their attention.
Okay. So Navakri, you're sort of. I'm gonna take a quick pause from everybody else for a second. Go back to Navakri. Navakri, you're playing around with this stuff to see what happens with it. And you put a dollop of mead on your finger, and drop it onto this ingot, and it doesn't like absorb it like metal does, but it doesn't not absorb it like metal does. Like I don't know, drop like water on a piece of metal. Like it just sort of sits there. It spreads itself around. That's what it seems to do. And then, yes, Ziada, yes, Navakri is totally doing Mr. Wood experiments. And so to cut back to the rest of you, Loki, you said you ran away. Not ran away. Sorry, but like you moved back into the right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So did you move yourself or no?
I did not. I'm not exactly sure where other people where they are. I don't see them on the map at all.
I'm just gonna put. Sorry.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm going to put you back there. That's where you can kind of recognize where people are and be like, "Hey, I need you to blah 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 blah," kind of thing.
If he's gonna do that, why did I move?
All right,
I don't know why. Hrothgar, go back. Hrothgar, come back.
You're a better tackler, I assume.
All right, Hrothgar's back. Ziada's back. Are you just holding fast, or what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys come back in and we have a sword to Sandar's throat, that would attract a crowd real freaking quick.
Yeah, I think we should at least move over to here.
Oh, no, we're not going anywhere. No one's moving. We're just staying right where we are. We're good. And that's why I wanted to get, the Roger and Olivessa first, which is why someone
I just think
Brandon.
I think it's just a better idea if we bring them, make sure that we're fully inside and not on the stairs.
Oh, so go up.
Yeah, like I was just saying, like
Oh
right
yeah,
over, like
I'm
over
good with
here.
that.
Just come back inside so that we're fully inside the building. That way they can't try and shake off
Well,
and
if
run.
if we go into this area, this is gonna be like the holding area, up where like my arrow is.
Yeah,
So if
but
it
it's also outside.
no, that's not that this area where there's a wall right where I drew the rectangle, so it's
Yeah,
walled in. So the only two exits are the stairs that we would be
but
walking
I
through.
thought Tom said that was technically outside and colder.
No. That's when
No,
we were talking about
so
this
the
thing.
room is colder, but it's not directly outside. However, like so it's sort of like if you had a screened-in porch, that kind of thing. That's what you're in right now.
Yeah, I still think it's better if we just take a step backwards into the main room.
Well, then the doors are right there, as opposed to us being hidden in this room.
Okay. And if these are where the bees are, what are these?
Those are just tables. Sorry, if you can see them. Like so, to the right side of this room, there's just these long tables. Maybe they're like production tables, or like once like honeycombs are gathered or whatever. In the center, these are active apiaries, but they're sort of
Yep.
covered with cloths and tarps and whatnot. On the outside of the room, you see these like openings that are like windows, but they're windows that are up like several feet off the floor so that bees can kind of fly out. And then right here, right here are steps that kind of step up that come into the mead hall, and that's where the majority of you are right side right now. And then if you look right here, there is actually a two-sided fireplace. Fire comes out on this side and on this side.
And is this a solid wall here
Sorry, click on it again. I didn't see.
behind the tables?
It's a solid stone wall right there. Yes, on the other side of that table.
Yeah. All right, then I'll agree with Ziada, and we should move them up, like right in front of the tables.
How big are those bee windows? Are they like slots or?
They're approximately 2.5 foot wide. Like they're wide enough that like a person could maybe fit out of them, but like you couldn't walk out like shoulder width. Like you'd have to try to squeeze through the thing.
Oh, so they're like skinny.
Yes, yeah, like
Okay.
not like an arrow slit window, but like
But
wide
almost.
enough that yeah.
All right, cool. All right. So yeah, we'll bring them in here, and yeah, I agree. Kind of like get them in the corner. These two.
And so Shandar is kind of going along with it. I don't know what you people are talking about. Like, I'm happy to go along with whatever. I'm just someone who is trying to make sure that Good Mead is looked out for.
Yeah, I heard.
So, what are you guys doing?
No, we're just hanging out.
All right.
Just waiting.
So, you guys.
Actually, Tom, I've got something in mind. Would be really cool for my transition for my character. It works out like I want it to, but I'm not sure.
Shoot, tell me what it is. What is it?
So, this thing is pretty much responsible for the out of body experiences, so to speak, correct?
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to set it on the table in front of me, and I want to focus all of my psychic energy and try to amplify that feeling or that to see if I can't divine something from that. What I'm thinking is maybe it causes a snapback or something and whatever, but maybe it'll come up with something new.
All right. So why don't you give me a wisdom save and tell me what you get?
Mm, 17.
With a 17, you kind of reach out and you're like, I got this shit. Let's get this done. And as you close your eyes and put your hand, you're given this weird series of images in which you see a spiral, and it's a spiral that gets like segmented into like almost like a hexagonal, and then like a an octagonal shape, and it spins around and spins around, and as it starts to spin out, you see these like tendrils, almost like tentacles, start to reach out from them, and as they do that, like your vision is drifted up, and you see what looks like when you drive down the road during a snowstorm, aka going into hyperspace. Like, like you just see like like all these lines streaking across coming at you. You hear these in like a text that you can't understand, and then it goes into blackness, and you're like, there's like a shaking, like like almost like you're in an earthquake, and then you open your eyes again, and you're exactly where you started. That's what you get out of it.
So a Doctor Strange astral trip.
Well, there was no bald lady that said, you must go back to the beginning. Like, you did not have that. Yes.
I hurriedly used the mead to draw the hexagon matrix on the table real quick while I can still visualize it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try, I guess.
You know what? You draw it on the table. Wait. You draw it on the table. Give me a intelligence check. Straight up intelligence check.
Did I just summon Satan?
We shall see.
That would kind of solve some of the issues we're currently dealing with.
Okay. What you see, what
others.
you see as you like grab the mead and sketch it out on the table as it starts to dry and wither and go away into the table itself, is you see something that looks like a nautiloid. Are you familiar with nautiloids? Not as a character, an actual person. Like, do you know what nautiloids are?
Yeah, they're basically shelled creatures of the sea with concentric spiral shells.
Yep, exactly. So they have that kind of like concentric spiral shell that they reach out from, and generally speaking, they're either gastropods or they have some sort of like tentacles that go along with it. And as you draw this shape and you look at it, you're given this sort of flashback to maybe something you started to see, or maybe something you saw in a museum or in like some laboratory somewhere where there's like these sort of like bulbous and elongated tentacles that come out of it. And as you're looking at it, you just feel this like this like pulse of energy, and the pulse of energy just says home, and then that's it, and that's all you get.
That's interesting.
So yeah, so back to everybody else that storage lock. What do you guys do?
I'm just doing science.
You're doing science. Everybody else that's not doing science.
Yeah, well, you may be doing science, but you just summoned Cthulhu.
That's science. That's what that is too. Actually, you know what? Before I cut back to like Loki and not Loki, I'm sorry. I cut back to Hrothgar and Ziada. Loki, what are you doing right now? Like, you ran out and you were like, oh, there's some shit. What are you doing?
I've been trying to collect Roger and I don't even remember her name. Whatever the Alavesa.
Olivesa.
I was trying to find them because I need them to join me so that we can go and deal with this situation.
All right, you have successfully done that. They are with you.
Cool.
What do you do?
Take them back.
All right, so
To
you
here.
bring them back. You bring them back to the doorway that enters into the sort of cold storage region. What happens? What do you do? What do you say?
I'm gonna tell them we have a bit of a situation, and I'll lead them in through this door, and bring them in, and we're gonna get their thoughts on what's going on here. We're gonna present our case to see if we have enough to investigate him further,
All right,
and
so
to see if they can see through his shit. Because right now I'm uncertain. He said it's planted on him, and I'm like, all right. So.
all right, so you bring them in, and you see like oh my god, I can't remember the goddamn guy's name. Like I can't. Shandar, thank you. Like I've been saying it all night. I can't remember. So Shandar just says, "It's about time we get to the bottom of this. Can you please tell these people that I am only interested in Good Mead's welfare?" And so you see Olivesa comes in. You see that Roger comes in, and Roger's just like, "Please tell me what it is that you want us to adjudicate."
Well,
All right, so we explain the situation. I show him the dart that I took out of the other guy's neck and what we found on Shandar.
Shandar's like, "This is circumstantial at best. How can you believe that I would be doing this? I only have Good Mead's like best intentions involved." And Roger stops and he looks at Shandar and he looks back and he says, "This could be damning evidence, to be sure, but without further evidence, what else could we bring?"
I'm curious, does he have the means to fund something like this? Does does he have like
He's the head of the market guy.
You mean
isn't he?
You mean Shandar himself?
so I mean,
I could be
Give
wrong.
me, yeah, you know what? Give me a. I will take an intelligence or survival check on that. Either whatever is better for you.
I would just ask one of them, Roger or Olivesa. I would ask them about his circumstances.
Oh yeah. So if you're asking that, and are you providing like the stones that you found? Like does he have the cachet to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. They both say no. They both are like, no. That's far beyond his means. Even on a dust day. And Shandar's like, "No, I've got money," and they're like, what are you even saying right now? Like that doesn't even matter. Like we're like, what kind of thing? So Shandar is sort of well respected, well known in town, but not well respected and well known as like some sort of like dignitary or like like Riche character.
All right, so then my next question is, if this is, the story on him, who would have means or motive to want to frame him?
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
And Shanda is like, I know, right? Who would want to try to frame me? I don't even know. I just want to be the best I can be for this town. Come on, like, let me just go back and, like, if I'm going to be speaker, I'm going to be speaker. Like, why is this happening?
So he's sounding guilty because he's still sounding like he's involved. It's like it's still strange.
What do you guys do? I mean, you get this guy that says he's innocent, that he's being framed. You've got a town of people that need a leader. You got people who are chanting the guy that you're trying to say is framed, and the best that you've got is some dude that's like, I was hired by the Black Bishop, and that's all. That's all he says.
Is Shandar generally known as a fighter?
No. Well, you know what? I answered that too quickly. Shandar is known as a general person. And when I say no, I mean are you asking the question, like, is Shandar somebody that comes in and, like, raises a ruckus and, like, beats the crap out of people? No. But if you're asking, like, is Shandar somebody that, like, steps up and tries to, like, you know, defend the weak or something like that, that's going to be an intelligence or...
All right. Let's throw a wisdom check out just to see if that's something. 17.
He doesn't come across to you like, I mean, like, you're literally standing there with, like, your sword to his throat, and he's being acquiescent to it. Like,
I have kind of backed off a little bit.
Yeah,
Not
well, I
so
mean, like,
crazy,
maybe
but
you're not just like, cut your throat, but I mean, and you get your sword out, and he recognizes, like, a warrior / like, fighter with weapon. Like, it's not like, so I imagine that, like, if you were standing with a butterfly knife and you kept cutting yourself with it as you kept trying to open it, you'd be like, I have no fucking respect for you. But, like, as a warrior, that you're just like, ka-ching! And you're holding your blade, maybe if you backed off, nope, not gonna fuck with that shit. So, that being said, you, Ziada, get the feeling that, like, he is a person that's, like, capable of taking care of himself. You know, like, if somebody came up and was like, I'm gonna take all your shit, he'd fuck you, and he'd probably fight to maintain what it was that he felt was his. But, like, if an army came in and was like, I'm taking all your shit, he is not a warrior. Like, he's not going to, like, single-handedly, like, try to take down something.
Right. Where was he during the last attack with the giants, with the Verbeeks? He wasn't a person to stand up then. It's kind of interesting that he would stand up now with this raid. That's what's out of place.
If you ask him that, or if you say that, his response is, I didn't know that Good Mead needed leadership. I thought that, and I'm not going to look it up, like, Sverbarg, I'm just going to say, we all thought that Sverbarg and the strength of his arm was enough to maintain the integrity of Good Mead. And look what that happened. Sverbarg lies dead, and now we're voting for a new leader.
You reacted so quickly that it's almost as if you anticipated the attack happening. It's almost as if you knew. Did you have any prior knowledge?
He says, I was worried.
Why?
So much, and he says, with so much on the line, new leadership, the integrity of Good Mead, and the potential of just, like, anything coming in to make Good Mead not what it is. I just felt like I needed to be aware, and that's when I told my lads, I was like, you know what, boys, we need to be ready. And they told me that's bullshit. They told me that's bullshit. And I said, you know what, fuckos, if you're not ready and we get screwed and Good Mead falls, we're all fucked. But if we're ready, we can show Good Mead that we are ready to make sure that Good Mead can move into a prosperity-rich future. And that's what
It's
he says.
interesting with the meadery that they're not already like a bigger town. It's kind of crazy.
Well, it's one of those things where each one of the towns in the 10 towns has their kind of shtick, right? Like Bryn Shander is sort of like the cultural epicenter. If you go to Tourmaline, that's where they make like, the fancy pretty stuff because there's a mine that makes it. Good Mead makes mead. It's not like there aren't like breweries or whatever, but the size and scope and like the scale of what Good Mead can provide is what makes Good Mead Good Mead. And everybody that's there is like, yeah, we can get drunk here, or we can make sure that like Good Mead keeps selling it to other places, kind of thing. So you're right, like it is a little weird, but it's also the 10 town communities basically were like, what is everybody good at, and how can we help each other? And Good Mead was like, we make shit that'll make you drunk. And everyone was like, you do that. That's your job, kind of thing.
Then, in relation to the other towns, where would this kind of rank in size and importance? Because this seems to be the only thing of reliance that the other places are relying on.
So Good Mead is just gonna pull it up for you right now. Hold on. Good Mead is one of the smaller of the 10 towns. It has a maximum of 100 people that live there. They can muster a militia of up to 20 people, and the best thing that they have going for them is that their rivals are Caer Dineval and Caer Konig, and that's because they also sort of provide tourist-based attractions, like, hey, we can bring you into the wilderness, or hey, we can show you the wilds, or we can blah 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 kind of thing. And so, like,
it's a lot of evidence then, because didn't the attack, we know that it was one of those towns, the Corning part?
No.
It wasn't one of the other ones?
No. It was revealed that the Black Bishop was either in or part of Targos.
Oh, I thought it was one of those other news. Okay. So, alright, so then there's not really a motive there either.
Yeah, it's kind of a dead end right there.
Okay.
Is anybody trained in medicine, or can anybody make, like, does anybody have proficiency in is it medicine? Like, medicine is a 5e thing, right? Or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm proficient in it.
Is anybody proficient in medicine? If anybody's proficient in medicine, even if you're not there, I'll give you the chance to make that check.
We have to be proficient to just make the roll?
Yeah, you have to be proficient to make this roll.
I am proficient.
That would rule me out.
Yeah, same.
I thought Hrothgar was going to be like, I have this. And I was going to be like, holy shit, you put points in that? Never would have thought that, but okay. So, all right. So, Novakri, you've been kind of in the background. You've been kind of like, like studying and doing and thinking and whatever. So, what did you just roll?
15.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You rolled enough. Maybe you've heard of this. Maybe you haven't. Maybe not. There are some toxins that are in the world that provide minor, major paralysis effects that will make observers think death has occurred. And with that check, and with what you have observed, you feel like that may be something that has happened. However, the only person that you have seen that was affected by said thing
We
was
just
dragged
threw out
outside.
this note.
Mm-hmm.
So he's dead.
Well, is he dead or is he not dead?
Well, he's dead now. He's been out there a good 10 minutes without.
So I'll
without
tell you
any-
what. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go use the lavatory because I have to pee. You guys discuss what you want to do next, and then we'll see what happens next.
Minor, major effects.
All right, so I'm thinking that we should go check on that other guy.
Yeah. Sure.
We'll find out that he's fucking gone.
If we know, yeah.
Minor, major, I don't know.
What's going on, minor major?
That's what Tom said. He said there's a poison that causes minor, major paralysis.
That can make it seem like someone's dead.
It's a little bit, but really bad.
Yeah. 60% of the time it works every time.
Like I feel like the minor part is like how long it affects you, but the major part is how much it affects you.
I don't know. I picked up on it and I was like, that's awesome. Okay. I don't know what it means. Is it minor or is it major?
It's kind of like a medium, but two different extremes at the same time.
Hey,
You have to have them at the same time.
We just threw the guy outside, whether it's minor or major.
But it's both.
It is now.
That's the issue that we've got.
So he was only, paralyzed from this stuff, but now he's died of frostbite.
Yep.
Well, the worst part is I was trying to heal the guy, and then it was just like, oh, well, I guess he's dead. Fucking like the meme. I guess I'll die now.
Guess I'll die, yeah.
I guess he's dead now.
So as the DM, I'm back, and there's a couple things I want to say. First, I
had a great pee. Second,
no, first, yeah, well, I do love to pee, but the first thing is that I love coming back and just hearing crazy like diatribe where someone's like this, and then someone else, no, this. So I don't know what you guys were just arguing or saying, but I love it. So, what's going on? Somebody fill me in.
I don't remember.
The
I don't even know.
in the description of the poison, it was minor, major poison, and I was wondering what part is minor and which part is major, and we also discussed how the guy was left outside, so he's possibly paralyzed in the snow and probably dead. That's what.
So
summary, I guess.
So to be a little bit more clear about it, there are minor and major parts of the poison, correct? The individual in question was dragged outside when you guys all went to like the that you guys are in right now, and brought out the front door. So it's probably somewhere. I can click on a thing. Let's try this. Yeah, like right over there or somewhere. And yeah, who knows what's happening? I mean, like if he was dead, then he's dead. If he was alive and left out in the elements, then maybe he's dead.
He's died of
Then
hypothermia.
he's dead, so you guys fucked.
Or
another high medicine check.
Or is the body still outside? I mean, you guys don't know. You all went into this side room right now. So
Fine, then I will meander my way out there and find the body.
All right, so you go. Yeah, so Art, like Andrus, no, for Andrus, god damn it, for Hrothgar, you're just like, I will settle this, and you like go out, fling one of the double doors open, and like everybody inside is like, close the goddamn, it's cold in here. You come out and the doors close behind you, and you look around. Give me a perception check.
Perception.
Everyone?
All right, wait, and for everyone's knowledge, it is 10:30 tonight, or 10:35. I'm about to drink a beer that is way too strong for anybody, and we'll see how tonight goes. So here we go.
Well, it's going to be one of those endings. Okay.
Yeah, we're either going to go long or I won't remember anything at all. So
well,
here
we're
we
going to
go.
have to recap and then go, wait, what?
Yeah, I mean this is tasty, delicious, but also, Jesus Christ, who makes a 9.5% beer? Like that's not good for anybody. All right, so
Guess I have to finish it.
two questions. But the first question is, Hrothgar, I'm assuming that was your perception check. Second question is, Ziada, why were you rolling, or was that rolling for?
I asked, and then you didn't answer, and so I just threw it out just in case. So if it's just for Hrothgar, then ignore.
Okay, fair enough. I was like, I didn't hear you say anything. Okay, so Hrothgar, you go out there and you look around, and as you, yeah, damn it, Discord. And as you look around, you don't see anything. You see like the cold cobblestone frozen streets of Good Mead that lead up to other buildings, but you don't see anything else out there. I think that there may in fact be on the map like a couple icons, but they are not there anymore. There's no one else there.
All right, does it look like there was a body that was dragged through, that was dropped?
It doesn't. But if there was a body that was dragged through, at least out of the building, it would have been on like these like front steps, or like stoop, if you will, and it would not have created like a furrow in the snow. However, as you look around, you don't see anything that makes you think that someone was dragged further, or like, like sort of like trod through and like dredged behind kind of thing.
And who took the body out of the meat hall?
A couple, several, well, two, maybe three, one, maybe two of Shandar's men. I'm sorry, TJ, it just came from you, but it sounded like someone was like, ah! Like just like,
Oh yeah, that was the
like,
TV.
I got your ass.
That was the TV.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going back in.
All right, so you turn around and go back in. This closed behind you, and you come back in, and like the internalness of the crowd is like, like, and they're like, what do we do? And like Roger just goes, you there, hero of the North, tell us if you have anything that will make us not elect a new official. Kind of cough because you're just like, taking a quick hit of the bomb kind of thing. So
Oh, he's talking to me?
yeah, he's talking to you.
Yeah, I didn't see anything out there.
He goes, we will conduct and convene the election now unless anyone has anything further to say.
I got nothing except for going back in, talking to the rest of the group, letting them know I didn't see shit out there, and then talking to, well, they're doing their election shit, talking to the hell's the guy name that we detained?
Shandar.
Shandar, and asked them about his guys that took the body away, since it is now gone.
And as you start to walk out, you hear this like chant in the crowd that just is like, I think he is like, why are they putting him away from us? He is our best leader. He is the best that we can have. And you just hear people like, Shandar, 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 Shandar. And someone was like, Shandar, Shandar. And then you walk back out, and you come back out. What are you guys doing out there?
I do have a quick recollection question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so these guys that came in and disrupted things, did they attack us specifically, or did they attack anyone in particular, or just try to come in and start acting like fuckheads? And
That's a great question. They basically ran in through the front door as if like not impinged at all, like or like hindered at all. And so they run in and they punch a couple of people in the face, and maybe somebody got kicked or like some bullshit happened. And then they were just like, Oral's path, 10 towns must die. And like as that started to happen, Shandar and folks were like, fuck you, and just jumped up and started like punching, kicking. Like I think at one point last week somebody did like a Ryu roll and like did like a get out of here kind of thing. And that's what you know.
We also know that they were supposed to run away after they showed up.
So I'm not saying you don't know. Explain, Kevin. Sorry.
Just that was one of the clarifying things that the guy that's still alive, or that we still have in custody, he had explained
right.
that like they were supposed to run away after.
100%. You are correct. I'm sorry. I had forgotten about that. But yes. But basically, run away. Yes.
I just find it odd that they were supposed to come in here and they're supposed to run away, and there was just such a quick reaction by those who were stationed right at the door. In addition to the fact that then one of the people who could talk is silenced by someone who was allegedly set up, though all evidence points to only him.
So, quick question. Are you saying that in this, like, cold room, or are you saying that somewhere else?
Yes, I'm saying that in the cold room.
All right. And so, as you say that in the cold, you see, like, one of the back doors or the front door or whatever kicks open, and, like, all these people surge in. And Shandar goes, "You're right! Absolutely right, captors. Isn't it weird that I would act to protect Good Mead and its holdings? It's so strange. Unless, of course, I was interested in Good Mead. It's only those that didn't think I were that would say these things against me. Good Mead. Good Mead. Good Mead. And like the people that just crashed through the door. Good Mead. Good Mead. Good Mead. Good Mead. And people are like freaking out, and you're like, I don't know. What do? You do?
I turn to Roger and just say, okay, our deal is still on.
Roger nods, and he's like, Roger is like, which is another point that I had written down, but I'll say it later. Roger basically says, you and your tavern will receive the benefit of helping Good Mead. Zuz. Kind of walks away. And what that means is you will get the deal we talked about last time.
So 100% off for 2 years and 80% off for life thereafter.
Now, basically, you get a quarter off for a full year, but that's a good deal.
All right, time to drink.
Yep.
All right. So, is anybody doing anything else with Shandar or the captured person or anything? Or tell me what you're doing.
I'm keeping the blowgun and the extra dart.
Okay.
We can't fully prove it. So I guess we'll see the outcome of the election, and then, yeah, I guess we'll have to see that before we make another move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the big thing is, it's like, our protection was offered under Olivessa. I'm not really too worried about the town, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
If they do this and there's another Verbeeg, they can buy our services again. If we're around.
All right. And I imagine that, like, maybe you guys come back out and like, I know that this has been I don't want to say like a bone of contention or whatever, but like, so you guys considered like the Z Warriors, or like, what is the name of your group at this point, or like, the Warriors with the Warriors of Z or something like that? Like, what are you guys going?
Let me check on the trademark.
Show me the TM.
I think we can use that. I have no idea, though.
Well, I mean, it only matters to make profit, I think.
So
Yeah, exactly.
only profit, but anyway,
we
so
owe everything to a Toriyama, whatever.
All the gold from this game can go right to them.
Yeah.
So
because we put it on YouTube.
Then you'll
that's
be
all.
real sad about your opals.
you guys,
You get
you
nothing.
guys see that, like, oh shit, I gotta do this. All right, hold on. You guys see that, like, once like everything settles down and come back in, that like Shandar comes back in, and Roger and his like his druids, like, start pulling ballots on the boxes. This and he makes an announcement, and he says, the new elected speaker of Good Mead will lead us into the most honeyed of futures, is none other than our own Shandar. And there are people that are like, yeah! And there are people like, ah! And there are people like, and Shandar is the new elected leader. And as this goes down and people are doing their celebrations, Roger comes up to the four of you and says, please find refuge here for a night that will give you full recompensance. AKA, you can get a full night's rest here. But do not delay here, as your presence is upsetting the queen. And as that happens, you see that Roger turns and looks directly at Loki, as if, like, he's fully aware of what you've been doing.
Makes sense.
What have you been doing?
I looked into the bee place and opened up the queen's cage.
I just think you're just like, texting the queen, bye. But that being said, what does everybody want to do?
How much work do we have to do on the inn?
How much what?
Work do we have to do on the inn? Clean it up,
So
or
that's actually a great question. We can take a quick pause and and kind of have at. And so the first thing is that in order for the inn to be fully functional, I said there was a buy-in of about 25 gold. Did you guys do that or no?
Yeah.
No. I asked that because I think that you did, but I never asked it. So like, I want to just sort of like draw a line through it.
yes.
Okay. All right. Cross that off. All right. Done. The next thing that I want to ask about that is, do you want to let Daryl run it? And at which point it would be like every 7 days in game, he rolls a dice to see what happens. Maybe you make some money, maybe you don't. Money, whatever. I'm happy to do that, but I don't want to do that if people are not happy about it.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It keeps them involved.
All right.
So,
Now,
yeah.
here's the last thing I'll say about that is I have been counting days, and you guys are about 3 or 4 days away from the first 7-day mark, aka roll a dice, see if you made money or not. And when you left the tavern, you were like, we're not sure that we're going to do that, like to make a tavern do whatever. And so I don't want to force that upon you if you're not ready for it yet, kind of thing.
You're just saying because we could still need to just pay cost and make no profit off of it, right?
No,
That's right.
I'm sorry. I just like
if we did it, that could be
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah, so my thought
Right.
process or my reason for having this conversation is that is that like if I'm like, okay, because you've been in operation for 7 costs and roll a dice and do whatever, but if you have literally not even been in that and you didn't roll dice or whatever, then it's not going to work out. That's why I said that. Or that's why.
We did it. I think we all pitched in the gold that we could, and that's up and running.
All right. So in that case, what I'm going to say is that you guys have pitched in, you have a running in, and that the first roll / find out what the F is going on is going to happen in 5 days.
Okay.
And what I think would be most fun about this, and you can come back and tell me what you, but I think what would be most fun is if we have Daryl roll that, and then we find out moving forward. Whether it's you owe money, you made money.
Sure. Sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right. I think that's a very unique like atmospheric thing that we can move forward with in this game. And I'm like, it's a little fucked up, but let's do it, and I love it. And if you guys are down with it,
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
See,
okay. All right, cool.
I want to make sure that we cart the tusks back with us, though.
Oh, I know. You
And the
have
ingot.
made that very clear.
And the ingots.
All right. So basically, the person you've captured, the person that you've captured, they have no idea. Is there anything else you guys want to do with them?
Well, I am of the opinion that they didn't do anything to us specifically. That this was to the to the town. So it's kind of up to them to handle it. It's a town matter.
Yeah. Not too worried about it at this point.
All right. Anybody else? Anyone else want to do anything?
Did I
Take
lose
that as a
everybody,
movie?
or is it just me?
No, I'm still here. What's up?
Okay.
So yeah, I think
So basically,
we're basically done in Good Mead after we
basically,
rest.
yeah, no, I mean, fair enough. So you guys take care of the biz. You see, Shandar is elected the new sort of leading officiate. You have the chance to, collect yourselves and make sure that you get the healing that is necessary. But what's crazy is whatever is brought up and brought before you, you're always a little bit beyond. At which point you say, why are we playing this game as opposed to just letting us be, the bear with on? That being said, is there anything you want to achieve on your turn?
Well, if we're playing our
I am
hands and
so
feet, we already
confused.
know what we're doing.
You're not the only one.
Is that 9% kicking in?
I think, yeah, it's that time of day.
Because the only thing I would suggest is your thing, Loki. But other
Go to
than that,
Tashi
kind of.
Station, get some power converters. What was
Oh
it?
my god, you make burgers? Let's do it.
Converters. Uh, uh, I don't know where else to investigate. There's no real other.
Yeah.
There's no like.
Okay, I kind of had that thought process too. So it's like, okay, yeah, I don't know.
I was told and reminded multiple times, and I can tell the group to investigate some kind of evil that's here. I don't know if it was just a temporary thing of that guy sending his troops here, and then they're the evil, or what. But I didn't find anything in the brewery, and that's like the one place that we know here. So
Right.
if anyone else had any ideas on where to investigate, maybe the surrounding town. But I need a little help on where to, on what to look into, I guess.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. So, yeah, I think it might be something where it's like, not sure what else to do, and with Shandar winning here, it's like, all right, well, I guess we head back, go to our inn, or if we wanted to stop somewhere else along the way, I'm up for things. We've got a big list of things that we can take care of. So if we wanted to stop along the way, because there's also what's it called? Targos. I don't know where that is exactly, but that's now something that's of interest.
I don't know if Targos would actually be a thing of interest at this point. I mean, because if you think about it, this Black Bishop and the Black Network, hand of the Zentarium, and everything was sent there to disrupt the Good Mead. They weren't there to mess with us specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
You know,
just
so I'm thinking, you know, is it really something that we need to start digging into? Like, I'm all for protecting 10 towns and everything. That's my character's, you know, main motivation. You know, but it kind of was a bust going in here. Do we want to dig our nose into that? And I'm thinking it's one of those that you might be better off just kind of jotting it down so that we don't. I have it written down, just keeping it in our notes. Going, okay, now you know we've dealt with these guys before. We need to take notice of them more. If it's just one of those things that's like, you know what, right now, not even a thing.
oh, I love it. All right. Yeah, I've got something I need to do anyway. I forget exactly what it is, but the I have to help the bear people, and I have like either 3 weeks or 3 months to do it. Forget exactly, but
Months.
perfect. Because that's something that I would say, just because I don't know what else we have a timeline for. But there's also a couple things in Bremen. I know that's in like the lower left of Ten Town, but
And I remember there was something. I don't remember the details of it, but I know there's something on Kelvin's cairn.
yeah, there was. I think that's actually Targos too. I have that under Targos. There's a missing party that was heading for Kelvin's cairn.
Mm-hmm.
You might have something else too, I thought.
I had something else.
Maybe not, or maybe the War Forged, or maybe
I know
I'm making stuff up.
I know the Warforged when he was possessed wouldn't go to Kelvin's cairn.
Oh, okay. Maybe it was just that then. So yeah. So I think we're all thinking rest and then head out and start thinking of something else to do. If we want to head back, or if we're cool with going wherever the bear tribe is. I'm not sure if I remember exactly where they were.
So you guys, you find your rest, you do your thing, and you do that. All right, cool. Let's see where you go next. Unless you have a concept or idea that you want to do next.
Does the nautiloid image that came to my mind suggest anywhere in the 10 towns that would be of use? Euler.
The beer's definitely kicking in.
He's
Euler.
Any Helix Lord news?
The beer apparently is not for the likes of mortal men.
Either that or Tom's very much a lightweight.
He's passed out, sprawled on his keyboard.
And I say
Yeah,
that
we've
with
had
all
those
due
nights.
sincerity because I don't drink at all. So
Yeah, we're not
It's
in
like,
our 20s
here's the
anymore.
thing.
Who cares?
It's possible, but at the same rate, like as I tap things, it's like, no, you can't do it.
We were just having fun.
Dude, you could be sober. I don't give a shit.
Super sober.
They'll go after you.
But that being said, let's bring this back to like a describable point for the rest of civility and whatnot. So that's what I give it.
I know it was much for Tom.
It was
The
a fart. I'm looking at the map and saying, what does everybody get for a designer thumb? And let me know.
A what?
What
It's
fuck?
been great, guys.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's the end. We're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Yes.
And then we'll
I'll
see you guys next
catch
week.
with you. Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indeed,
Thank
it
you,
does.
Tom. Thank you, Tom, for this very interesting event. Thank you,
Man,
sir,
that went
for
quick.
running it.
My last high school days.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
All right. Good. We.
Cool.
Well, dude, wait. Before anybody says anything, it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, here's an interesting situation. Let's do this. And then everybody was like, and I went, we'll see what happens.
Actually,
I-
my 8-year-old loves to have Alexa do fart noises.
That's pretty great.
Right. That is excellent. What I don't see any other reason to own it.
Oh, it's like, Alexa, do a squishy fart,
No, you can specify the fart.
and then it will suggest a fart for you.
Oh, that's excellent.
And I think you can even upgrade to a fart collection or something like that.
I don't know if that's a good idea. Alexa,
Listening-
record this.
Listening to him crack up about it makes it a worthwhile idea.
Yeah. Alexa, record this as you run over. Oh, I hope I make it. This is going in the collection. All right. See you guys later.
Yeah. All right. I'm out.
Hold
There
on.
you
I
go.
don't know how I'll send it.
Anyways, so it is. Yeah, we're moving towards it, but anyways, Jesus Christ, I thought we would move past it this week, but so